Quickly Headshot. Welcome back to the channel, and once again, pretty decent update today for DCS World. And of course, we're going to focus primarily on the F-16. I don't want there to be any false hopes out there. There's too much information to present all of the goodies that DCS are providing for all of the modules that are available. So we're going to focus, like I said, primarily on the F-16, although there are a couple of others, that I would like to mention just because they are modules that I own and ones that I am a fan of and ones that I think are appealing to play for those of you that are interested. So DCS World, they've corrected the air-to-ground missile 62 in info in the encyclopedia. They've corrected some armor for some of the vehicles. The M134 minigun bullets are less powerful. Multiplayer, the servers are not going to flash while it's in the refresh process. They fixed the SU-83 radio menu error when you're bolting from the Kuznetsov aircraft carrier. And the VKB Gunfighter Pro joystick customized profiles have been added for the A-10, the F-5, F-16, F-18, KA-50, and the MiG-15. So, good news there. Now, as I said last week, there were going to be some major fixes for the F-18 and the F-16, and we didn't get a whole lot of specifics on what that entailed, but very quickly, here we go. So the F-18, the AGM, or the air-to-ground missile 62 TV picture, will not duplicate on the central multifunction color display. The link pod will not interact with the Maverick missiles. The Maverick T picture will be black and white on the central MFCD, not greenish. They've corrected the JDAM's drop sequence. The AGM-62 explosive power has been increased to the appropriate amount. The pod feed goes to static after the AGM-62 impact, switching from TGT point back to CCIP. No longer breaks CCIP. Excuse me. The pod no longer loses link with the walleye on drop via ground reload. Delay now works on the AGM-62, so you've got a 30 millisecond delay. Okay, so setting interval bugs on the CCIP line out have been fixed. Now, the F-16, which is of course the newest module and what we're also largely focused on, we now have the INS has been implemented. It's still in bracketed here, a work in progress. The tone and squilt switches animation has been corrected. They've corrected some texture glitches in the cockpit. The rudder pedals will not intersect the wall when the brakes are depressed. That's useful. The engine feed selector has been fixed. The fuel imbalance has been fixed. The SAI cage knob has been fixed. Radio preset cycling on the DED page. I don't know if they've been added or fixed. It doesn't say. The EPU run light turns off sooner using the EPU gen test switch. The selecting TACAN band has been fixed. The CDI sensitivity has been fixed. The 3 and 7 pylons will be able to correctly change payloads with corresponding launchers and racks. They've corrected the sun glare on the canopy, which is nice. They've added selective jettisons section to the F-16 guide. Fixed weapon release after partial jettison. Fixed weapon count on the AG page after jettison, so some good stuff there. There's a lot of stuff here on the DCS C101. We're going to bypass that. That's not a module I am overly interested. Apologies if you were waiting for that, but you can look it up yourself as well. Let's have a look here. The F-14B, this was the other one I wanted to look at. Excuse me. Still getting over that cold. So they fixed the ripple bombs, counting empty stations. Adjust the default num0 snap cockpit view. Fixed missing weapons for wingman in Normandy Dissimilar Air Combat Training Quick Start mission. Removed the air to ground set command for watching the Devil Dog SP and co-op carrier start versions. Added Cage the Bear campaign cold start version. Thank you, Kaba. Well, that's kind of nice. Excuse me, I'm drinking a very potent beer here. Ooh, 10% alcohol. The Blackguard. It's a English ale of some kind, and it's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, sorry. Several fixes to Cage the Bear hot start version. Thank you, Kaba, again. Fix for the TCS line of sight not displayed on the HUD in the TCS slave mode. TCS slave to radar when it's tracking, fixed the ever so slightly misaligned radar scan coverage lines on the TID, reduced chaff effectiveness against the AIM-54C, added AIM-7F to loadouts, updated to the latest AIM-7M, fixed smooth errors on the rear of the fuselage, improved appearance of exterior canopy, repositioned the HDU 33 knob for visor down in exterior, interior is painting apparently, updated shader definitions, tweaks onto the memory management, cool, fixed to ACLS wing drop and close when heading and altitude hold are engaged, adjusted drag penalty for full flap deployments at high speed, adjusted buffet for slat and full flap deployments at high speed, fixed a buffet at full flap. So some significant changes there. Excuse me. Carrying right along here to the campaigns. They have made some adjustments here to the Aggressors BFM campaign by, it says Maple flag here, but I think they mean Maple. Added manual INS alignment instructions on the briefing and the kneeboard, updated the radio frequencies for channels, updated voice over trigger timing. I'm not going to worry about that. They've updated some sounds for the Spitfire apparently. And yeah, that's the primary one that I wanted to focus on there, just some other bits and pieces. Now, the other thing they have talked about is, excuse me, oof, it's kind of, it's a little rich there. Another slip of that. Okay, wow. Development report number 3. Actually, this is the big one. The KA-50, for those of you that are interested, the KA-50, of course, has been one of the modules that has been undergoing remodeling and re-rendering to bring it up to speed with the newer modules in the game. And a great module it is. So the cockpit model, according to them, is already at the texturing stage. It looks really good. I'm going to throw up some pictures here while we natter. Remember that this is a free enhancement for the existing Black Shark owners, or for existing Black Shark owners, and they plan to release, looks like, a completely new external model, along with certain new weapons and avionics systems with even greater cockpit enhancements in 2020, mid-2020. So I guess, next summer? The product will also, or next winter if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, excuse me. The product will also come with new mission functionalities and gameplay. The module will be named Black Shark 3 and will be available at substantial discount for existing Black Shark 2 owners and at full price for new users. So, like I said, there's some screenshots here. The other thing I wanted to mention here, and we'll wrap this up here, 2 things actually. So the big one additionally is the Supercarrier. The model is 95% complete according to DCS, and they have deck crew animations progressing well. They made some good progress this week on holdback bar animations and general scripting of launch operations. They've also made good progress on the LSO platform, which offers an exceptional level of detail and functionality. The early access launch, we planned 14 aircraft spawn locations. That's significant. So that's a huge one. I apologize, I'm skipping out on some of the other modules here. Integrated voice chat, here's a big thing too. We're now in the final stretch of rolling out the test version. We've added a minimize command, volume options, mic options, and bug fixes. Following the initial release, we will implement the creation of rooms. So that's going to be cool. They're working on some new effects here. We are currently working on missile flame and smoke enhancements, as well as new tracer art. This should deliver a new level of realism to exhaust flames based on motor and fuel type, so that's cool. Lastly here, which involves a couple of things, and this is exciting. So the dynamic campaign, long overdue. It's been talked about for a long, long time, and it really is a missing feature, especially for those of us that play solo. They've got a basic test version that works within DCS World to evaluate the real-time strategy element of the system. They're using that to debug the system. In parallel, the work is underway on the user interface and the AI machine learning code. Apparently it's complex. It's receiving a lot of focus at the moment. They also have... I'm drinking this beer and it's making me burpy, and I apologize. They're also working on a new secret terrain, which is coming along very well. We hope to be releasing screenshots of that soon. So Yeah, wow, lots of things going on. Again, I apologize, not all of the information here is covered, but this is the bulk of it, and of course it's very, very exciting. So stay tuned for more information. As I said, I threw up those screenshots. We will no doubt have more information as time rolls on. We're wrapping up the year pretty quickly here, and I'm not expecting too much more over the Christmas, before Christmas, and I don't know how long they're going to take off for that Christmas break period. Probably be off for a couple of weeks. We may hear more next year, but things are looking really good. I like what I am seeing so far. I think the modules that have been released recently are excellent. Yeah, the F-16 has some work to do, and we don't have the dynamic campaign yet. We are very close, it sounds, to having a fully operational aircraft carrier. Boys and girls, it's a fun time to be a sim pilot in this particular genre here, and this particular franchise. So again, stay tuned. I'll come up with some more updates and some more videos of the F-16 and whatever else I decide to throw out there. We'll see you around. Thanks for tuning in.